everyone. We are here with Chris, and today he's going to tell us a little bit about his investing journey, where he was before he started with Success with Rental Properties, where he's at now, and we'll get to hear a little bit about his rental properties and hopefully some numbers and all of that, and ultimately see if he felt his investment in my coaching program was worth it. So, Chris, why don't we start out? Let us know your name. Well, I know your name, where you're from, what you do for work, and where you were at in your investing journey before you joined Success with Rental Properties.
Yeah, so I was born and raised here in South Haven, Mississippi, which is about 20 minutes south of Memphis. What I do for work is I'm in medical sales. So I'm currently doing that here in the Memphis area. And where I was at in rental history, rental properties, I had bought my first house January of 2020. And had some roommates moved in. I didn't even know I was considered house hacking until working with you, and you told me the term. I was like, well, I guess I'm house hacking. So I did that for about a year and a half. My roommates moved out, and I wanted to get closer to home, but I also wanted some passive income. And so I've been looking into mentorship programs, and having a mentor help me through this. And I wanted something personal. And so nothing out there really, excited me or gave me the courage to do it. But I found your program through actually my professor in college hosted you on a podcast. I was like, well, she is very successful. She's in my backyard. So I feel like we can relate to some stuff and build a relationship to where it's not some big corporate program. I found you. And then, from day one, that first meeting, I knew that you'd, just like you say in your program, you're going to hold my hand and walk me through each step, every problem, every question I might have. And so truly my success comes from you, and I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. It's been really fun working with you. What were some of the things that I helped you with right off the bat? Now, in the beginning, you had your primary residence. You had already gotten that before we met, and you were thinking about house hacking. You were thinking about maybe just buying a straight up rental property somewhere. So what were some of the things that I helped you with right off the bat early on in the beginning of our meetings and all of that?
Yeah, so as you probably remember, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Everything was up in the air. I probably had 5 different options, and I asked you about every single one. So you went through every detail and what was the best option, the pros and cons of each one. And I know what I'm doing now was actually not my first option. I was planning on doing something else, but then changed to this, and you were there, you were able to respond quickly. That's just from the relationship and you being personal with everybody. So you helped me out with all my problems, all my questions. Like I said, weighed out the pros and cons. You actually helped me financially, work out a plan to buy this house without exhausting all my savings. Helped me through that. So that's what really helped me out.
Were there any obstacles that prevented you from buying joining the program and investing in that upfront? I know, one-on-one programs, they're not the cheapest things out there. There are other, you can learn for free on YouTube. You can join a group coaching program, and do group Zooms and all of that. But, when I told you the investment price, what was going through your mind and what ultimately made you decide to go for it?
Yeah, there was no hesitation. I knew just from our first call, I knew that this was the mentor program that I wanted. I wanted somebody that could answer my emails right away, and it's not some big corporation where I'm talking to their assistants or anything like that. I knew that, you're going to be personal with me. We're going to build a relationship. You're always going to be there for me. And so I got that right off the bat. And so when you told me an investment, it was no question, no hesitation. So yeah, there are no obstacles in joining this. Like I said, if I'd rather make an investment for your price than make $150,000 mistake, just trying to join and learn from YouTube.
So do you feel it was worth it, Chris?
Oh yeah, 100%.
When I ask that question, it's always like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's talk about, the coaching program is important, and that's really the part that I enjoy, but there's also the online course aspect. As I say a lot of times to people when they ask, it's not just some thrown together course, at least in my opinion. I've been through a lot of different programs, courses in my past, And I try to put together an all-inclusive online course that really does teach everything that I think you need to know. But what's your take on that? Being a student, someone who's gone through it themselves, what did you think about the course material?
The course is well organized, very well put together. It was not, a mess trying to navigate through the whole thing. It was just like a somebody that was actually at a college, teaching students in a classroom, something very easy to navigate. Very helpful material. I love the test questions at the end of every module, just to make sure that I was learning the right material and things like that. But everything in there was super helpful, very clean, very organized.
Awesome. Well, let's hear about your properties. I'm sure everybody that's watching wants to hear what kind of success you had. So tell everyone about your primary, how you turned it into, a full-on rental, and then tell us about, the new place you're in and the goals with that and all the numbers. So let's start with your primary, your first house in Memphis.
Yeah. So like I said, first house, I bought it in 2020, January. I was a couple years out of college, just still a kid pretty much. Wanted to get out of my parents' house. So bought that house, had my two roommates paying the mortgage for me. So I was able to save up a lot of money. And around the time they moved out, I was looking to do something else, expand my real estate portfolio. And so I found this house in South Haven that I live in now, where I'm currently still house hacking, which is, by the way, the best way to get houses quickly. Just have people in there that living, paying their mortgage for you.
So for your first house, what's your mortgage? Do you know offhand?
Yeah. So my mortgage, do you want to know purchase price and all that stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'll dive.
I know, but everyone listening doesn't know. So
yeah. Purchase price is $150. And so let's see, the mortgage is about $1,015 a month. And so I rented out the two rooms. Both of them were at $450 a piece. And then we all split utilities. So I was, pretty much coming out even. They were paying the mortgage for me at that place. And that was about a year and a half of that going on.
And so now what is it? Now that you have that new couple in there?
Yeah. So now I have, I found these tenants. They were moving from Denver, wanted a nice house in a decent neighborhood. And I found them on Facebook. Some advice from you, find your tenants from Facebook. And so now they're renting it for $1,550 a month. So I'm cash flowing $550.
Ooh, that's awesome. And you did like what was it, a 3.5% down, or did you do 5% for your first one? What kind of loan did you get?
I got a first-time home buyer's loan where they give you a grant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know in other areas if they do that, but I know here in Memphis, some banks will give you grants for first-time home buyers to cover your down payment and closing costs and things like that. So me out of pocket, I really just had to pay for the appraisal. So it's been a pretty good investment so far.
That's really awesome. So you're cash flowing over $500 a month after fixed expenses on your first house. Now tell everyone the financing method. And I want to hear, since I haven't even got to hear all the details in person, your strategy for how you purchased your current investment property.
The one here in South Haven?
Yeah. So tell about your HELOC and then your offer strategy.
Yeah. So joining your program, I always had the impression that you had to save up a ton of money, 20% down to buy an investment property, or I didn't know there was other avenues you could take financially to buy another house. I knew I got pretty lucky with the grant. I know I couldn't do that again, so I didn't know what I was going to do. After joining your program, you mentioned a term called a HELOC, and that's what really interested me. Is basically, we all know the value of homes right now are just skyrocketing. So my value of my house went from 150 to about 190. So I used that new value, that 40 grand difference. Basically what they call it is it's like a credit card on your house. And basically you can pull it out and put it down as a down payment on your next house. And so that's exactly what I did. You actually helped me find a great bank here locally. They've been really good to me. So they helped me close on my HELOC, very easy process. And then once I found a house that had that HELOC ready to go, and I just used that as the down payment for this new property. So really, again, nothing really out of my pocket. Yeah, you got to pay the HELOC back, but something that was quick and easy to get and not have to drain my savings.
That's awesome. So tell me about your offer strategy. How did you get your offer accepted? Because you had made offers in other places, and I know it's starting to get a challenge. And that's what honestly prompted me to make my free ebook, 12 strategies to get your offer accepted, was because of, it wasn't just you, but other students were like, how do I get my offer accepted? Times are hard. So I made these new strategies, or, told everybody what they were. So tell me what you did to get your offer accepted.
Yeah, it seems like this was the fourth offer I put on a house, and it seems like everybody was just beating me with cash offers or just asking, giving 30,000 more than the asking price. And so I kind of branched out to South Haven, found this great house, and I told my realtor, I said, I'm not losing this house. We're going to do whatever it takes. So what we did was the asking price was $215. I gave our offer $235 for it. But what I threw in there was $5,000 guaranteed over appraisal. So basically, I offered $235, but if the appraisal comes back at like $210, I'm still going to give the seller $215 what they asked for, just because I really wanted the house. It just shows that we're really interested. Plus, I offered to close at the title company of her choosing, which is very easy. Also offered to pay her closing costs. So I made this offer really interesting to her.
So sellers' closing costs typically are a lot because they include all the commissions and all that. So did you pay for all of that, or did you pay for a percentage of closing costs?
Yeah, I paid for all of it.
Okay.
We just kind of baked it into the offer. So.
And I bet that was really what tipped it over.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
The seller was really close to the selling realtor, and they said, "Hey, this offer is just the best one out there. You'll know something here soon." And I did. I knew something that night.
That's awesome. So how much out of pocket did you come out? You said nothing, but you used your HELOC, you put money for the appraisal out of your bank account. Any other money used out of your bank account, or was it all from your HELOC?
All from HELOC. I used, so my HELOC was $25,000. I used $17,000 for all my closing costs, the down payment, all that stuff. So I still have some money actually to use in that HELOC if I wanted to do some upgrades. But nothing really out of pocket besides appraisals and inspections and things like that.
Yeah. And how much did you put down?
5%.
5%. That's awesome.
About 11,000.
Yeah. And so then too, once you hit 20%, your PMI drops off.
Right.
So you'll have another 200. So how much? So I know you've got a roommate giving you how much? $850. So in a year, when you move out and do this again, knowing what the projected rents are for the area, what the current rents are, what do you expect to cash flow once you and your roommate move out and you're renting this place entirely?
Yeah. So the mortgage on this house right now is $1,250. So when I move out, the average rental price around here for this size house, which is a 3.2, about 1,700 square feet, is going for anywhere from 1,700 to 1,800. So if we're being conservative, 1,700, almost making another $500.
That's awesome. Yeah. So exactly. So $500 plus, even right now, you're only paying for half the mortgage payment because your roommate's giving you more than half.
Right.
So you're only paying like $400 or something like that, or $350. That is, it's really nice.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the future now that you've got your 2 rental properties?
Just keep doing it. I'm gonna keep house hacking until they tell me, hey, you can't do it anymore. Yeah. I would like to get a future home, but I would like to at least house hack another 2 or 3 times before I settle down into my forever home. Like I said, house hacking is the easiest way, down payment wise, to get into a house quickly and get out of one. So yeah, house hack until I can't.
That's awesome. Do you feel that working with me in this program has set you on track to be able to do this over and over again without needing any more help or needing to ask questions from people? Do you feel like you've got it all now?
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I said earlier, just from what I've learned from you, I'm able to tell my friends, everything I've learned from you and help them out as well. I have some friends that are looking to buy their first home. They come to me for advice, and I was like, wow, I really wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have this program through you. So you gave me the confidence to do this. As a 25-year-old having 2 houses, it sounds scary.
That's cool.
So yeah, but no, definitely working with you in this program gave me the confidence to do this.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. It's been great working with you. And, it's not over. You always have the Facebook group and you can email me at any time and I'll help you with whatever you need. Last question for you. What would you say to the aspiring real estate investor who's watching these videos thinking that they might want to invest? You were on the other side just a few months ago watching these videos thinking, should I join Casey's program? And now you're on the other side. So what would you tell other people who were in your shoes? How would you recommend them to join Success with Rental Properties?
Take the floaties off and just jump in. Just jump in and go. Commit to it, because it's worth it. Investing in yourself with this program, it's really going to help out in the future, building that passive income and the financial freedom.
Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone watching.